Welcome back to the 5 City podcast. Well, wait. I mean, it's going to be a little shorter form. We're switching things up a little bit. Not really going to, I feel like, I don't know, we don't really got to explain it because it's just going to be a little shorter form, one topic video. We're trying a new thing out. Banger of a UFC event. So figured there was just perfect time to try something new out. But yeah, no, UFC 275. We're going to talk about that. Watch the last episode. We shit on it a little bit. It was like we underestimated it, I'll say that.
For sure. Well, there's a lot of cancellations. There's a lot of fights that weren't going to take place, and one of them being a fairly big one with Robert Whittaker. I
was going to say, it was hard not to. They charge a lot for pay-per-views. We weren't getting the big names that we usually do on pay-per-view, but like I said, I personally underestimated a couple people in the card.
The Glover-Yuri fight was a little underestimated, I think. I didn't think Glover was going to come out fighting the way he did at the age he's at right now.
Exactly. I thought it was going to be a mopping.
If you want to start with that, just like...
Yeah, no, just to piggyback off what you already said, I feel like, myself included, everybody thought it was just going to be a mopping. And in all reality, I mean, Glover's getting up there. You know, Jiri is terrifying. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a mopping, to be honest. And, you know, I'm not a very technical MMA UFC guy. From what I heard a lot of other like analysts say is they made some mistakes during the fight, which gave us a really exciting fight. You know what I mean? Like Glover pulling guard. I don't know if you remember that. It was like in the 5th round. He was like he had Jiri, like a couple more punches he might have dropped him, and he just out of instinct pulled guard and brought him to the ground. And it was just like, so a couple mistakes like that, and then like Jiri after the fight was just like basically saying like, I know it was, exciting, but this is not how I want to fight, basically.
Yeah. And like that Glover thing you're talking about with pulling him to the ground, it's like, that's so instinctual. Significant things from the fight. I mean, just for starters, when your Glover went for a strong single leg on Jiri, and Jiri just does some weird backward somersault.
I remember
off.
that. Yeah.
I mean, I think he gave the back for a couple seconds after that. But
so yeah, he was trying really, like, I remember it was either the 1st or 2nd round. He was like trying so hard he couldn't figure out if he wanted to just keep getting punched in the face or give Glover his back.
Exactly.
And then he just decided to just keep eating punches. Anything else that you had like
other
a crazy
than that,
thing like that? Because I forgot about that.
I'm gonna say Jiri went for. It kind of, if you want to go for the mistakes, it just didn't really look composed. He went for this flying knee that just looked very like spur of the moment. If I'm being honest, 100%. And Glover just, I mean, being at the age he's at, how many fights he's had, he popped him and put him on the ground. Yeah, and I mean, that was like really cool to see because like being somebody who honestly, like, I was doubting Glover a little bit coming into this fight, but there's a reason why he had the belt.
Yeah. And it's great.
Definitely cool to see Jiri end up taking the win, and I think he did deserve it, to be honest.
Right. I mean, the thing is, like,
the champ needs to fight better than that.
If Glover hung on, he won the fight, though. That's the thing. All the judges had him winning the fight.
Yeah.
It's tough to see. I'm so glad that he's not going to be retiring, though.
For sure.
He announced it. I thought he was going to be done, to be honest.
Especially with that preview they showed before the fight. It was pretty much like, this is it. Win or lose, I'm happy.
I saw it before that, and I didn't think anything of it. And then you were like, why are they showing? It was like 90% of it was just him losing.
Yeah.
Which is weird. It was weird.
But it was just like almost like every time he fights, like they just show like a couple years ago, 3 years ago. Dude, I don't know. I've seen that every time he's fought for the past 3 times. Like, I don't know. How about you show some of the good shit he's been doing? He has the belt right now. Like, Jesus Christ. Before what happened?
They definitely did, like, it felt like too much of like showing off his, like, I don't know. I get it. They were trying to build a storyline and everything, but it was like 80-90% of that promo was just him like losing.
Yeah. I don't know. Not for me.
It was weird to see, but so like you said, Jiri slipped the choke in at the end.
For sure.
First Czech Republic born champion ever. The video of him in the Czech Republic in his hometown. I forget the name of the hometown. But it is absolutely insane.
It was nuts. There was some kid crying because he got to take a picture.
Oh my God.
Like,
it was crazy. And he's on this stage and like obviously it's it's a little blurry video, but it looks like mobs of people filling the streets.
Well, he's probably he probably definitely is the biggest name in their country.
Oh, 100%.
It was definitely cool to see him go back to his hometown, though.
I don't know if we were talking about it or heard someone talking about it, but when like someone from America wins the belt, right? It's a big deal, but it's not because we got the NFL, the NBA. There's so many different things. Like if someone from Arizona wins the belt, yes,
Their hometown probably
their
puts a poster up.
Right,
You know?
but it's not like a whole country. When you see someone from the Czech Republic or Ireland with
I was
Connor,
going to say, even Ireland with Connor, they have plenty of shit.
It
It's
is
just
a whole country backing them. That's what people don't understand.
The U.S. doesn't back a single fighter is what we're getting at.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even have words to describe,
maybe some people back Colby, but not everybody. Like, I mean.
No, yeah, he's too polarizing.
Yeah. It's
and, like, it's just great. It was awesome, and it made me really happy to see Jiri up there because, like, I don't know, he's kind of like an awkward dude. He's just standing there with the ball. He's like, yeah. And he's super respectful. I gained a lot of respect for him. Just getting to see him fight again because he has, like, that was his third fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
So he fast-tracked, but obviously well worth it because he fairly took the belt. You know, obviously there's going to be a lot of things said about, you know, Glover had it on the scorecards, whatever. But, hey, maybe Glover fights someone else, and maybe we get the rematch. I doubt it.
I was gonna say I don't know. I would love it, but I don't know.
See, the thing is, so
you know the line of people to fight.
Right. Jan Blachowicz probably has the next chance at it, right? And then like you said,
I see Jiri losing that fight. Sorry.
I can't see Jan is like one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. So,
I just don't see Jiri beating. I just don't see that.
I'm sorry. It's gonna be
Jiri's
awesome.
really cool, but he's gonna lose that fight.
That's another guy though. He won the belt, went back to Poland, and he's this mega superstar. You know what I mean?
It's nuts.
So that was the main event
for sure. Which I think it ended up being worth it. You know.
Oh my God. Like I said, we were shitting on it, but it well worth it.
Next being the co-main.
I was gonna
another
say,
title fight.
The co-main. This fight being a fight that felt like the main event during it, honestly, just because it was so shocking.
I mean, I just had never. I mean, I'm gonna be quite frank with you. I never remembered. I don't even remember her name now. Talia Santos.
Oh yeah,
I know Valentina Shevchenko. Talia Santos. I'm talking about. Like I mean, I don't know. She just came out the woodworks and made Valentina Shevchenko look beatable. Like look very beatable.
She made someone who was the boogeyman.
Robotic.
You know what I mean? No one ever touched her, and she took her to deep water, man.
Like, there's that picture floating around of her on Valentina's back with her
because it is.
Oh man.
I was gonna say that was so crazy. They showed the replay after the round, but she was just had her hand, and it's the picture too. She had her hand over her mouth, dude. She was like,
and her nose can't breathe.
Oh my God, it's a crazy picture. One thing I do want to bring up is because it was a close fight.
It was a very close fight.
And it went to the judges. So when the judges scored that, right, were they thinking like whoever won that fight gets the belt, right? But were they thinking, was that win convincing enough to get the belt?
I think so. I think that's how it has to be after like.
I know, but I think she won the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know, and I really like Shevchenko. Like I'm not like a
little bit of that could have been political too. You know?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. Like maybe the judges saw her winning the fight, but then said, you know, or maybe I don't know.
It's not the end of. Talia Santos.
Well, I was gonna say that's exactly. She didn't even seem upset after. She was like, you know, I'm gonna fight so many more times. I'm gonna be back here 3 more times. You know what I mean, fighting for the belt because she is.
She's right.
She's the new girl in the division. You know what I mean? She's now probably gonna be ranked number 1. She can't not be. You know what I mean? But one thing that really turned the fight not in Santos's favor was the accidental clash of heads.
Oh yeah.
So that's the thing that
headbutting.
It just sucks to see because it's nobody's fault, but it's almost always like catastrophic for one person. I feel like she broke her orbital bone, and she couldn't see. Remember she said, you pointed out after the fight. She said she was like, I saw 2 Valentinas, so I just picked the middle, so I swung in the middle. Yeah, I was like, oh my God.
I knew I played rugby with a kid who broke his face bone right here. It might have been the same one. I don't think it was as high as hers. It was like more of like your like cheekbone.
Yeah,
and he played the rest of the rugby game.
Yeah.
But the next day was brutal. It was nuts.
I couldn't even.
So I can't imagine what she was feeling like the next morning.
Yeah. That was and unfortunately for her, I think it was a deciding moment in the fight, kind of. You know what I mean? Like I think it happened in the 3rd round, and that was the round in question.
Every fight is a turning point.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just
exactly.
that was
and it's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate for her.
Unfortunate. But yeah, like I said, watching that fight, I felt like it was the main event. It was crazy to watch, and yeah, another one that maybe Valentina made some mistakes, and that's why we got a nice fight.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Maybe she was overconfident or something like that. I don't know. Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk, I believe. And it's so bad that I'm butchering her last name because she's going to be in the UFC Hall of Fame. She was UFC either flyweight or strawweight champion, and a lot of people argue she's like one of the best UFC champions ever. So this was a rematch, and the fight, I don't know if you remember, it was the one where Joanna had the crater in her
She
head.
had a cranium when she was done with that fight.
Yeah, not crater, cranium. Yeah, and that is for sure one of the best MMA fights of all time in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So now we got to see the rematch, and it was so unfortunate. I was actually in the kitchen when she knocked her out. I didn't see it live.
I remember you running back in.
I didn't see it live.
I don't know. It was cool to see.
It was a good cool fight. Joanna, she retired after, which was surprising to me. I didn't really expect it, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't really follow her closely. I didn't know like what was going on really in her career or anything.
I just figured too, when you're at her point in her career, where like you said, she's gonna be in like UFC Hall of Fame type thing. Taking a lot of blows to the head.
I was gonna say
there comes a point where you got to think like post UFC, like
exactly.
and she's smart for doing that.
And that's what I hear a lot of like.
And if you're not winning fights, you're not making the real money.
Right, exactly.
You're making like bare minimums.
Yeah, and
if not losing money.
Exactly. And someone like her, she probably got some money. You know, she's been fighting a long time. She's got some money saved up for sure. And that's what a lot of like
and
people
endorsements
who are
from. I'm sure like
100%.
wherever she's from, she gets
plenty
of deals.
Yeah. I believe she's Polish actually too. Yeah. But
makes sense. All the KZs was.
Yeah. That's what a lot of like people like ex-MMA fighters say, that there's like a real like slippery slope once you get to that point of like you've taken too many hits, and like I don't know, like I'll hear a lot of like listen to a lot of MMA fighters on podcasts and things, and they say like some people hit a point where they're just like not the same person again, and it's it's scary, and like I would obviously like that would be like one of my like biggest fears, and that like the reason I'm saying it, I just listened to Aljamain Sterling on a podcast, and that's exactly what he said. He's like, that's his biggest fear, is like taking too many hits and like just not being able to recover.
And Sean O'Malley talks about not taking hits to the head, and how that's like a lucky thing for him. Really, is that like he's pretty, and in training he's not taking big hits to the head. Like seeing people go full out sparring and taking these massive shots to the dome before their fights, it's like you're just setting yourself up for failure.
But and that's why Floyd like has such a
untouched
long career, is he just doesn't
best head movement ever.
Exactly. I feel like he was like one of the first, not one of the first people obviously, but like he made it really prominent to be a defensive fighter, to be a counter striker. Like when I think counter striker, I think Floyd Mayweather. I don't know. One thing I wanted to say about the Joanna Weili fight, Zhang Weili fight. Usually when you have a fight that is an absolute like crazy fight, and then you get the rematch, it's usually like a short fight, you know what I mean? Or like if you get one fight that's like a long war, absolute banger, the next one is usually short, or like the opposite, you know what I mean? This one was a little shorter, so it just kind of like rang true, like the old adage. I feel
how the story goes, you know?
Exactly.
And she retired after.
It's exactly. I know.
Storybook ending.
Except
she lost. But
couple more guys, two guys that I really underestimated. This is when I said earlier that like I underestimated a few guys. Jake Matthews and Jack Della Maddalena, they both went crazy.
I think during that fight, you literally said, "This is the fight of the year for me so far." Yeah, this is nuts, and I don't disagree. It was absolutely nuts.
I believe I said it during the Jake Matthews fight. He gained a lot. So we actually posted a video on Twitter of his knockout, and it got a lot of likes, and like we got a lot of like replies. He gained a lot of like people were like, we don't have a big Twitter account. We have like 120 followers. People were replying to our tweet saying like this guy gained a new fan. He's my new favorite UFC fighter. Like this guy gained a lot of traction from this fight, but he wasn't super well known. The fight's a guy like Andre Fiallo, who is UFC veteran, very well known in the UFC, and yeah, he's no joke, but he handled him with ease.
I just didn't see that coming at all, and I didn't think that fight was going to be how it was. Yeah. On to the prelims, we had a really good fight between Josh Kulabau and then what was the?
I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, I'm looking it up.
1 second. I don't want to say the wrong name or mispronounce it.
Choi. It was Choi.
Choi Sang-woo.
Yeah. That, yes. So we were just talking. I couldn't specifically remember this fight. Now looking at the guys, I remember remember exactly.
It started off extremely slow. I mean, not to really break it down, but just to give you a quick recap. Started off slow. Fans were booing. There was a lot of like walking around and stuff. And then Kulabau, known for really quick hands, being a good striker, and he kind of just went to work. And Choi went right back to work with them. And it was definitely, I would say, like even before the knockout, that Kulabau was definitely doing better.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't know. They were returning punches very well, and
Right.
it was definitely a fun fight to watch.
So
oh wait, that went to decision.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry. You were thinking of the fight before.
Yes.
You were thinking for the knockout part. Not you explained the whole fight correctly.
I know. I was like, wait a second. Why is it? I was like trying to picture the knockout in my head, and I was like, I can picture him like knocking him down. I can picture every other part, but I can't.
Yeah.
Picture that.
No. But
they were right. Josh Kulabau did win that fight, and I liked that.
It was
fight.
just
it was a good fight.
Yeah, it was a decision. But the fight before was that
one for
Mahashante.
Yes.
Again, might not be the correct pronunciation. I apologize. But that got performance of the night. That was the crazy knockout that you were just thinking of.
That is what I was thinking.
That was an unreal fight. And yeah, it was first round knockout in 1 minute and 14 seconds. So not too much we can really analyze, review about that.
Just
but
watch the highlight of the knockout, and it was very, very, very cool. So cool, I morphed it into the next fight.
Definitely someone that I'm gonna be like looking for. You know what I mean on cards is this Mahashante guy, because he's an assassin apparently.
Dude, just nuts. Never had heard of him before this too.
I know that's the other cool thing is you watch the prelims, you watch the early prelims, you find another fighter that you like, and then you got another guy to follow, which is cool. So this was again a little shorter form video, but I think it's gonna be cool, a little more specific, video specific, or topic specific video. And then like I said, probably do like a lead up to this next fight night. It's a banger. There's a lot of names on there that
my personal favorite fighter, Kevin Holland,
Kung Fu Batman.
Yeah, that shit's gonna be awesome.
Yes. So can't wait for that. But yeah, we'll do another 10, 15, 20-minute video, whatever it ends up being. Just like a quick one for that as well.
For sure.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Peace.